One of the things we need to have a conversation about is why women don't listen to their mothers when their mothers are shouting from the rooftops, hey, you're making a bad relationship decision. Hey, you're dating a loser. You're dating an opportunist. You're dating this. You're dating that. Let's have a conversation about why a lot of women don't listen to their mothers, or they will sort of just, put their car into gear and drive on past that stop sign that their mother's holding up. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. And one of the biggest reasons that I feel like women don't listen to their mothers is probably the most obvious reasons is because their mothers did the very same thing. And so a lot of times, there are women that may be well intentioned to say, do as I say and not do as I do. But if your mother is a mother who, married an opportunist or were in several relationships with opportunists, biologically speaking, humans are more motivated by behavior and habits. And so if this is something that you've modeled as a mom, despite the advice you give, this is why a lot of people default to what was normalized to them. Their brain has sort of cemented that and normalized that for a long time because they saw you doing it. And this is why I always get on here and tell parents, mothers and fathers, because fathers do it too. Fathers can be just as strong as an influence as a mother can. I always tell parents, you guys don't have the same luxury that single people do. In terms of making all the mistakes and things like that. You guys don't have that luxury. I mean, you could certainly do it, but there's going to be consequences, and the consequences are all your little children that you have, because you have these little eyes, these little brains, and things like that. They're watching you, and their brain is sort of cementing that. Even if they can logically say it's not right, there's something like there's phenomenons in psychology that have, talked about this to great depth. One of them being the sleeper effect in girls, that girls, even if they logically know that, their parents are making mistakes and things like that, they will still have a hard time in their own relationships as adults because their brain has hardwired that information. Number two, their mother can also be an opportunist or be abusive. Well, I'll start with an opportunist. So a lot of times, opportunists, and I've talked about this, they tend to resource guard. I don't want people having access to the same purse that I've got access to. Go get your own damn purse, And so what they'll do is another manipulator can sniff out another manipulator coming from a mile away, and they become territorial. Like, I don't want you having access to that. But this person is already conditioned to giving to another manipulator. That's they've been doing that all their lives. What difference is one more going to make? I'm already conditioned to do that. So again, it becomes a situation, do as I say, not, do as I do. So the irony is like, how are you going to tell me to cut off one manipulator and I'm still dealing with you? And a lot of women, despite not listening to their mother, they still have a very toxic bond with their mother. The next, speaking on toxic bond, a lot of women have a very contentious relationship with their mother. And so their mother is, although they're still connected to their mother, they don't trust their mother. They've had a very, their mother's maybe been abusive, or there's been a year's worth of toxic exchange. So I'm in a relationship with my mother out of obligation, not necessarily because I trust or respect her or even like her, for that matter. So what she tells me, it's like nothing. I don't trust her. She's led me down many dangerous paths, or she's been my enemy for a number of years where she's hurt me. And so I can't really trust her. I'm just going to have to learn, like I've been learning, all on my own, because she can't be trusted. Fourth, a lot of parents, while they may be parents that care about their children, They don't know how to have a conversation with their children where their children feel safe and their children, like where there's a situation where there's a mutual respect, which kind of goes back to the last one, but I'm talking about more like intimacy, emotional intimacy that a child can have with their parent, where like I can go to my mom, I can talk to my mom about anything and she'll listen to me. She won't judge me. She won't make me feel stupid in front of everybody. And she'll be a safe space for me. And I can trust my mother because my mother won't advise me wrong, but my mother also won't ridicule me in front of everybody else. There is that sort of situation. That, I can't trust my mom because my mom will try to embarrass me in front of her friends or use my situation to try to embarrass me. That kind of thing. And one last point I'll make is, a lot of women uh, pick friends based on the type of relationship that they have with their mother. So if they don't have a good relationship with their mother, a lot of times women will gravitate to other women that are like their mother, unconsciously, of course. And so it's not something they ever intend to do. So their friends will also betray them, or their friends will also be in questionable relationships with other men as well. Excuse me. So that's why they may have trouble, not just believing or they will have trouble respecting what their friends say as well, or heeding their friends' warning as well, because they just don't have a good relationship with women. One last thing that I will also say is if a mother is male centered, or is in an environment that's conducive to being male centered, so like grandma, aunts, other people sort of take the word of a man over everybody else. That's also another strong influence. There are women that literally become tone deaf to what other women say. They may nod their head, they may agree, and they may converse, but they're never going to take what another woman says seriously for the simple fact that she is a woman. So until it comes out of a man's mouth, she's not going to take it as gospel or reasonable advice until it comes out of the mouth of a man. As crazy as that sounds, they're just not going to listen. That's why, you have a lot of male coaches with a much bigger following than women, because what male coaches and therapists will do is they literally take from what other women say, but other women are going to support that man much faster than they will support a woman. While they may engage with a woman, they don't really hear it or listen to it or let it sink in until they hear it from the mouth of a man. So I hope that helps. Thanks so much.